Hello, beautiful people of LinkedIn. I am so grateful to be here. I am grateful that you are here. And I am going live on day 9 of 365-day growth journey to talk about things that suddenly change everything. And if someone needs to hear this, share this video with that person. It would mean the world to me. So in the last couple of days, a lot happened in the world, in my world, and I felt inspired to speak about drastic changes in life, especially because I was quite closely following what's been happening in LA. And as someone who spent a life-altering time in that city very recently, and I absolutely fell in love with that place. And I know I will be back over and over and over again. It's truly devastating and truly heartbreaking to be watching all that footage and all those videos of places that I've been to. I've been to the Hollywood Hills. I've been to Malibu. I've seen the Getty Villa. And when I saw what's happening in LA, I could not believe what I was seeing. And I could not even imagine what it feels like to suddenly have to rush through your stuff and just quickly pack the most important things. What do you even think in those moments? What's the most important to grab? I wouldn't even know. And then you flee, and then you don't even know if your house will still be there, if your home will still be there, if the place where you were making memories will still be there. And so, not only that I fell in love with LA, the city, I also have some incredible friends and clients who are based in LA. And my first reaction when I heard about it was immediately reaching out, hoping that they're all fine. And one of my clients works in the media industry, in the entertainment movie production industry. And he said it's a complete disaster what's happening with his colleagues and all the people who are affected. Everyone is helping each other. The community feeling is stronger than ever. And he just sent me a very short message saying it's out of this world apocalyptic situation. And luckily, most of the people are safe. Another friend of mine, very close, dear friend of mine, she is currently in West Hollywood. And through her terrace, she could see the fire right next to the Runyon Canyon where we hiked in the beginning of December together. And she was anticipating to receive an evacuation warning, not even a warning, but mandatory order. It has not yet happened, but like it becomes real when you hear stories like that. And then the sweetest person on earth, we met in front of a taco truck in Venice, apparently with his wife and 2 kids, were based in the hills of the main fire. Luckily, his wife was at work and he was able to escape. But like all of this reminded me of a few situations in my own life when a couple of years ago, when I lived in the south of Portugal, suddenly we heard the news that Russia invaded Ukraine. And I remember that day as if it was yesterday. A friend of mine from Germany was visiting me, and we were just glued to our laptops to understand what the hell is happening. And instantly, I was reaching out to my family, which is back in Lithuania, to ask how they're feeling about it all. And they were all terrified. And honestly, they still are. Especially my dad. He still is terrified because he's like, I don't know what might happen. I also remember the time when I lived in Brussels back in 2013, 14. And when I lived there, the Paris terroristic attack happened. And then somehow I could sense that something was going to happen in Brussels as well. I could sense there was energy of something being really off. I could feel it. And a few months later, terroristic attacks happened in the Brussels airport as well as in the metro. And that metro station was my metro station, which that specific day I did not take just because the course that I was meant to go to on behalf of my company was canceled. And I didn't take the train. A lot of us also remember the Twin Tower situation. And it's just like all of these memories were rushing through my mind, my head, and all of these feelings and emotions, all of this devastation. And like, what do you do in those situations? What do you do? And in the beginning, it was really affecting me. It would grab my attention and my emotions so deeply that I couldn't quite stop it. But then I realized that it's very unhealthy. And in fact, it's far more healthy and helpful for me to draw a line so that it doesn't consume me, which means I can hold space for those who actually need it. So when the war happened, I decided to draw that line so that I can hold space for my friends and family back in Lithuania, or whoever was affected by it in any way, if it's emotional, if it's... I actually have some family in Ukraine as well, so I was in contact with my family members, figuring out where they are and what they're doing, etc., etc. So, and then I realized that this is exactly it in this situation as well. I need to be strong in order to be able to be of help to other people. I need to be strong to be the frequency holder. I need to be strong to lead other people when they need some guidance, when they're going through something. I need to step up my game. And so I'm sharing this story with you because I wonder, do you allow external circumstances, situations, as devastating as they are, to suck energy out of you, to drain you? Does it let you down? Does it make you feel like you can't think straight? Does it make you feel like your entire energy is depleted and gone? And you're completely taken over by fear, by sadness, by desperation? Or do you instead, even if for a moment, because you are an empathetic person, you are a compassionate person, you can't help but feel what they feel, you can't help but understand that this isn't this isn't just an ordinary situation. But then at some point, there is a line, there is a border, and you decide that you're going to draw that line and protect yourself, not just for the sake of you, not for any selfish reasons, but because you need to be the guide, you need to be the leader, you need to be the one helping other people, serving other people, supporting other people. You are the rock, you are the protector. And a lot of people don't feel comfortable taking on such a responsibility. It feels it it just it just doesn't feel that good for a lot of people to be like, why am I supposed to take this responsibility? I'm terrified myself. It's scary. It breaks my heart. Why can't I just be human? Why can't I just be me? Why can't I just let those emotions be there? But you see, there is a difference between feeling the emotion and letting them go versus feeling the emotion and letting them devour you, control you, have power over you. So when suddenly everything changes, you are called to step up. You are called to be bigger than you. You are called to a higher mission. It's no longer about you, your emotions, your beliefs. It's none of that anymore. It's about your role as someone who can make a difference, who can change people's lives, who can lead by example. Because you see, when I drew that line, when Russia invaded Ukraine, for example, I could suddenly hold space for my family and friends at a whole new level, where I wasn't one of the people who needed to be supported. I was one of those who was supporting the other ones. So when suddenly everything changes, you have the opportunity to be a bigger man, a bigger woman, to be stronger, to be powerful, to truly be the hero in whichever shape or form, in whichever way, it doesn't really matter. What matters is, do you regulate yourself? Are you in control of your own emotions, of your own nervous system, of your own mind? Are you the one who has it together? Are you the one catching yourself whenever you feel like you lost it for a moment? Are you the one pulling yourself back to being strong, to being powerful, to having a sober mind, the one who makes decisions clearly? You see, this is what it means to be a true leader. When shit hits the fan, when a disaster happens, when something absolutely awful happens to you, to your family, to your colleagues, to your community, to your country, it doesn't quite matter to whom it happens. What matters is that you take the wheel in your own hands. You lead, you decide, you know what you're doing. Even if maybe in the past you would have said, I would never know what to do in this kind of situation. I don't know how to make a decision. I don't know how to get out of the situation. I'm overwhelmed. I'm scared. I'm I'm all over the place. Like I can't contain myself. I can't contain my mind. I can't contain my thoughts. I can't contain my emotions. If this is how you feel, then you pull yourself together. Like, no, wait a second. I know what to do. I always know what to do. I've got this. I am strong. I'm powerful. I always have the answers. If I ask, I will always receive a question. I have that connection with the divine. I have my intuition. I have my gut feeling. I have those instincts and I trust them. I know who I am. I'm not lost. I only told myself that I was lost, but this is just a story and I don't need that story anymore. I'm strong. I can do it and I will do it and I am doing it. And you can apply this to any situation in life. You can embody that type of leader all the time, not just in these kind of devastating situations, but also in your personal life. Instead of feeling overwhelmed by your relationship struggles, being overwhelmed or irritated or frustrated or closing down and playing games and kind of, playing ping pong in a sense. You're like, wait a second. Is this actually helpful? Is this actually getting me anywhere? Is this making sense? Why am I telling myself that I don't have any answers? Why am I telling myself that I don't know how to behave, what to do? Why am I saying this to myself? Actually, I know what needs to happen. I need to step up. I need to mature. I need to become an actual adult. I need to face the fear. I need to face the discomfort of having that uncomfortable conversation. I have to do it. I gotta do it. I am doing it. Why wouldn't I? If I am a mature human being, a grown-up man or a woman, why wouldn't I? Why wouldn't I initiate a conversation which I know will lead to something far better, even if in the short term it might feel uncomfortable? You can apply this to absolutely anything. In your business, when you have to have uncomfortable conversations with your employees or your colleagues, board members, you can apply it to having conversations with your parents because maybe something has been unsaid for a very long time and it's time to have that conversation. You can apply this in your everyday life with yourself. When you realize that you're not being a true adult, when you don't treat yourself with love, when you say you were going to start going to the gym, but you still don't, that's not mature. So suddenly you draw the line and say, no, this is it. I'm not going to allow this to happen ever again. This is not who I am. I'm not this child inside of me who can't contain himself or herself. I am not this person who keeps saying something but doing something different. I'm not this person who's taken over by distractions and emotions and thoughts. I am the one deciding. I am the one in control. And because I am, I'm going to do what I say I'm going to do. You draw a line in the sand. I'm no longer a person who plays games. I am the person who walks the talk. If I say I'm going to go to the gym, I'm going to the gym. Not because it's a habit, not because I have to lose weight, but you know why? Because it's who you are. Because it's who you are, because you love yourself, because you love your body. It's who you are. It's self-leadership. It's doing what matters to you. It's doing what an adult would do. It's doing what you, in your highest version of you, would do. So again, when suddenly everything changes, when suddenly everything changes in life, everything changes in life because you have the opportunity to become a bigger version of yourself, a stronger version of yourself, a more aligned version of yourself, a more powerful version of yourself. The one who leads yourself, people in your life, the one who supports, the one who prioritizes yourself first and foremost. That's why you need to draw those lines for yourself as well. But because you are so strong and you're drawing those lines for yourself, that's why you can lead other people as well, because you lead by example. It's not just dust in the air. It's not just based on a wobbly foundation of words. It's based on your identity. It's based on your truth. It's based on your authenticity. It's based on all of the things that happened in your life, all of the things you have experienced, all of the lessons you've learned, all of the wisdom you've accumulated, which means it builds a powerful, strong foundation for you to lead other people. In the good and in the bad, in the devastating situations in the world or in your family, when something happens, when you lose someone, when, I don't know, there's something that happened in your life, in your family life, you know how to deal with it. You know how to behave. You know what to do, because all of those answers are within you. When you step up the game, answers come, answers flow. And so if you want to learn how to navigate this, because I know a lot of people don't exactly know how to do this. A lot of people just kind of stumble around in darkness through life. But if you want to learn how to do all of this, I'm going to teach you. I'm going to coach you. I'm going to mentor you. I'm going to lead you. I'm going to guide you. I'm going to share my own stories of how I deal with situations. Because my job is for you to be the leader of your life. My job is for you to be the person you're proud of, to be the person others look up to be the person who leaves a legacy, to be the person who others look up to, admire, adore. You're like, oh my God, he or she is such an incredible human being. So impactful, so kind, so giving, so strong, such a strong, powerful part of this community, such an incredible rock of the family. That's who I want you to be. So if anyone needs to hear this, please share this video with them. And really, my prayers go to LA. My prayers go to all of the people who have been affected and will be affected. My prayers go to all of the people who are emotionally invested in the situation or any other situation in the world or in your life. My prayers go with you. I hope you're doing well. Use what you just shared in this video and apply it. Draw that line. Draw the line where emotions taking you over is no longer an option. You're no longer available to that reality. You can let emotions to flow through you, to feel whatever it is that you feel sadness, frustration, anger, hopelessness, whatever it is, and then move on and find your strength, find your power, find the answers, find that leader within, because you have it, you always did. Have a beautiful rest of the day and see you next time. Bye-bye.